Hello again everyone, Marcus here. I review stuff. Today, I did something a little bit different. Today I streamed myself playing Lawn Mowing Simulator while listening to Sturgill Simpson's album Cuttin' Grass, Volume 1 and 2 actually. And so thank you so much for everybody who tuned into that. It was a lot of fun. I had a great time speaking to people in my YouTube community and just getting a chance to play a calming video game with a calming album. It was honestly a lot of fun. I had a great time. So again, thank you so much for whoever was able to join in. Now, if you weren't able to join the live stream, that's okay, because here in this video, I have the entire album, Cuttin' Grass Volume 1. You can kind of see what you missed and watch me cut some virtual grass. So, without further ado, enjoy that. Here we go. And let's do one more yard. I think that's the plan. Because, honestly, I'm having fun. Like, even though we're done with the first album, I don't necessarily want to stop yet. So, thank you. I thought that the grass looked pretty good to myself as well. Okay, this is really fast. We got to get some grass cutting in here. See how we did. Okay. Got 20 bucks from checking the grounds. Only $3. I keep saying dollars. 3 pounds worth of damage here so far. Not bad. $51 for vehicle maintenance, but still made 291 pounds. That's not bad. Thank you. I thought the yard looked pretty nice myself. Honestly, it looks even better than when I mow my own yard. Oh, I forgot I had a social media campaign going on. I got some RP out of it. And I'm rank 3 now. I'm 3 good at mowing. I'm an amateur. Cool. Alright, well, what else do I need to do? Let's see. I could pull out another advertisement. I think I'm good. Ooh, I cannot afford a new mower yet. Okay, this is going to be like a process. Well, I can apply for a loan. Eek. How much can I get on a loan? 25,000. I mean, that could buy me a new machine, but do I want to mess with the good thing I got going? Oh, 2,500. I think I said 25,000 on accident. Oops, 2,500. Nah. We're gonna do things the right way. Why take out a loan when you got a good thing going? All right. Hilltop House's Jefferson Garden features the latest thought-provoking piece by the mysterious artist Nick Jefferson. The lawns that frame the piece need your attention, but any damage to the water pool or ground will result in high fines being incurred. Okay, so don't damage the pool or the ground. Alright, so I gotta be very careful on my turns here. So my target is at least 99.5, so might as well make it 100. It does have a recommended deck width of 51 inches, which I'm guessing is probably smaller than what I actually have. Cutting height between 2 and 3/8 of an inch. Does require mulcher or collector, which I do have. 6 minutes to check the ground and 25 minutes to cut the yard. Alright, we are getting professional now. This is like a 3-star complexity type thing. Oh, so 2022 concert with Bad Flower and I forget how to say the name. Palais Royale. You know, and with Palais Royale, I've only heard still one song from them, the one that I did on my channel, which is a shame because I liked that song a lot. So I'm thinking, you know, we'll have to get back to them at some point. All right, let's do it. Ooh, big gnome statue. Okay, we definitely want to check the yard here. I can already see a few pieces that'll need to get picked up. Well, that's a pretty cool gnome statue. I'm digging it. Yeah. It's just, again, with like the 1,000, you know, or so actual requests that I have, it is a challenge to get to all of them. So, which is why I was kind of looking for. Yeah, I saw that, and I appreciate your comment about, like, you know, utilizing a stream to kind of knock out a bunch of those a lot quicker. Because when you think about it, like, I'm uploading YouTube videos. So it's sit down, say the intro, you know, hi, I'm Marcus, I review stuff, that whole thing. And, you know, kind of doing that whole song and dance kind of, you know, it does take a little bit. So I typically, like, dedicate either, like, a whole day to recording. Like, I'll knock them all out on a Sunday or something. Or I'll try to squeeze in a couple after work, you know, but a stream could be a good idea for just getting as many requests. And it doesn't have to be like playing a video game and listening to music at the same time, because as I was talking about earlier, like, you know, this is very much passive listening. Like, yeah, I'm enjoying the Sturgill Simpson right now, I'm digging it, but like, I'm really not diving into it as I guess sort of with fidelity as I would on, like, you know, a YouTube review. But yeah, I think utilizing streaming to kind of knock out more requests is a really good idea. Okay, don't damage the bench. I'm missing one thing on the yard. No, just a weird tuft. If I stop sprinting for a second and just kind of walk the grounds, that might find it. Like last time, the one thing I was missing was like super obvious. It was like a little rocket. You know, it's probably like a piece of poop. I remember the other one had like pieces of poop that were hard to see. And yeah, like with TikTok, I was like, well, not everybody has TikTok, so I definitely have to like post it on my Twitter as well or something where, you know, people can see. I know YouTube also has like a shorts feature where you can like upload shorter videos. So, you know, maybe taking those TikToks and putting them on YouTube as well, just as like again like a quick review. But man, I cannot find this last piece. Whatever is littering the ground here. So doing it that way could, I think, be good. Just again, trying to get through as many of those requests as possible, because when again, when I had no viewers and no one cared about my channel, it was easy to get to every single request. It was easy to like, all right, you know, what are people saying I should listen to this time? But now it's just like, you know, I only release one video a day currently, and on that video there will be like a dozen requests. Hey, there it is. And so it's hard to get to everything. Let's do it. How damaged are the blades? Like, should I replace my blades? Let's definitely fuel up. Start there. I think I'm okay. I'm gonna save $50 and not replace my blades. Oh yeah, blade condition's still really good. Okay, keep that in mind. Thank you. You know, from the feedback that I typically get from people on YouTube, they do kind of like the format that I do, and so I definitely don't want to, you know, just like my lawnmower where I'm keeping this one because I don't want to mess up a good thing that I have going. Kind of same for YouTube. You know, I am a little hold on, let me see if I can remember what cut height we need here. I'm a little gun shy to kind of change up the format, because I do think that I think 2 3/8 will be fine, right? I think so, because I know that, like, you know, it's a format that people typically enjoy on my channel. Like, people, I mentioned in my video last night that, like, what sort of gives me what has me at a disadvantage compared to like other YouTube reaction channels or whatever is that, like, a lot of those people have legitimately never listened to a lot of the big, like, pillars of rock music. You know, they've never heard Metallica or System of a Down or, you know, Rage Against the Machine or, you know, Smashing Pumpkins, and so they get to like really appeal to those big fan bases by reacting to their music. I don't necessarily have that because I've heard all those bands and I've heard many more bands, and so but at the same time, like, I also have lived under a big rock my whole life where, like, people on YouTube are like, you've never listened to Oasis? Like, what's wrong with you? You know? So I guess it's sort of an advantage in some ways, a disadvantage in others, where it's just like I've listened to a lot of the big bands that get people a lot of views on YouTube, you know? Yeah, I definitely have missed out on decades and decades worth of UK music. That seems to be, honestly, one of the biggest draws on my channel, is just because I had never listened to Arctic Monkeys before my channel. I had never listened to, again, like, really Oasis or The Jam or any of those really big UK artists. And so I do have that going for me. I will say, like, I don't want to make it sound like a woe is me, like, you know, I can't react. I'm not going to get as many views as other reactors. That's definitely not what I'm going for. I'm just saying, like, it does require me to be a little bit more creative, and I think feature a little bit more variety, which I think is a good thing. Like, and I think that's what I have kind of going for me also over other review channels, is that I will say from the reaction channels that I look at, a lot of them do react to a lot of the same stuff, and it's the stuff that's going to bring in the most views. Where I would like that as well, which is why I'm doing, like, 4 days of the week plus King Gizzard, where I'm doing things that are a little more on the popular side on the channel. But I also want to keep bringing in people who I know the value of like sitting down and watching a reaction to a song that you like or that you love. When I don't watch very many other reaction channels myself anymore, but when I used to, the videos I was really the most interested in were bands that I enjoyed. I wanted to see how someone else enjoyed the same music I did, and I hoped that I would sit there and hope that they picked up on the little things that I liked about the song. So I totally get, like, what the appeal behind a reaction channel is, and so I definitely want to provide that for, like, as big of a variety of people as I can. So it's like, yeah, I do want to listen to the more niche artists, or the ones who maybe don't get the same love on a typical reaction channel, but oftentimes that just doesn't bring in the views. So it's kind of a balancing act between what brings in the views and, like, but what's also going to bring in subscribers, So yeah, honestly, like, I want to listen to more Nick Cave, because that Dig Lazarus Dig, I have been listening to that on repeat. Like, Spotify makes an on repeat playlist for you for just things that you've been listening to a lot. That song's in there right now. So I definitely want to hear more Nick Cave. That was great. Yeah, and so I guess I kind of rambled on, but, like, yeah, that's the big thing, is trying to understand the music, and that's what I think puts me. If I said one of my disadvantages was that I have heard a lot of the music that brings in a lot of viewers, but I think one of my advantages, one of the positives about my channel, is that I really do try to take the time to kind of understand the music, and analyze the lyrics, and kind of try to put myself in the author's head, and really try to pick out and actively listen to different parts of the music and talk about what I like, Whereas I feel like a lot of reaction channels are just like, oh, that's hot, that's cool, all right, moving on, next song, whatever, So, like, I do think that, especially in the feedback that I get in the comments, like, a lot of people tell me that that's one thing they like about my channel, is that I do take the time to kind of discuss it a little bit more and try to really understand the lyrics and get a better understanding of it. So, oh yeah, I found my content through King Gizzard. Awesome, yeah. King Gizzard is, like, my favorite band right now, honestly. Like, I have enjoyed so much of what they've done. I was going to try to save the rest of Infest the Rat's Nest for my channel, but I couldn't help myself. I went and actually just listened to the rest of the album, and I love it. So it's probably my favorite album from them right now. But I'm trying to, like, that's kind of why I decided to start doing, like, a Lizard Wizard Wednesdays. One, because it rolls off the tongue really well, but two, is just because they've made so much music that I'm in catch-up mode. And I enjoy their music so much that I want to listen to all their music, and it's hard, stopping myself from just doing it on my own, because I do want content at some point, but yeah, I'm glad that that's kind of what got you here, King Gizzard. Yeah, it's awesome. Let's see, I'm actually getting quite a few comments now, so I'm trying to keep up with everybody. There are a lot of people who haven't heard Wonderwall, and that actually surprises me, because every time I do an Oasis song, I like to kind of talk about songs that I've heard already from that band, and I always say, like, oh, of course I've heard Wonderwall, everybody's heard that song, but, like, I forget there are legitimate people who haven't heard Wonderwall, and it's one of those where it's like, where have you been for the last, whatever, 25, 30 years, like, it's Wonderwall, guys. But, there's some people who live under a bigger rock than I do, honestly, which to me is shocking, because I feel like I lived under a pretty big rock for most of my life, when it comes to music, at least. I was one of those people who was, it hurts to admit it, but it's true. Like, I was one of those people who was just very closed-minded about music, where it was like, if it's not what I like, then it's not right, and it's taken, like, some reprogramming to kind of make myself realize, like, all music is valid. It's all about what you get out of it and what you enjoy about it, and you can enjoy something and still find the flaws in it, and you can not enjoy something that people consider a masterpiece, and you know it goes both ways. So I think I have me and music have definitely a better understanding nowadays. So, and that's kind of what led me to starting the channel in the first place. Was like I don't want to be that person anymore who's like a music snob, a music elitist. You know, I want to listen to good music, and good music is good music no matter what genre it is. You know, so let's see, empty. Sweet. Alright. Oh, did I disengage my blades? Oh man, I hope I didn't cause any damage. Oof. I forget, like, my blades don't disengage on their own. I don't think I disengaged my blades, but I think I might still be alright. Yeah, Spotify's great. Like, I know I have some friends who, like, you know, prefer Apple Music, but for me, I'm all Spotify. I like the interface. I like all the different playlists and stuff they make for you. They really do make finding new music really easy, and they also make sort of revisiting your favorites really easy. All right, let's avoid this. Get as close as we can. Not hit the bench. This was the one where it said like any damage to the property would incur a heavy fine. So we're not going to damage the property here. Yeah, you know it's fine. Like, I'm sure there's probably a number of videos where, you know, different people, that's how they found me, you know, but it's interesting. YouTube will actually tell you, like, how many subscribers a particular video brings in, and I don't look at that kind of stuff too often, but every now and then it is kind of just interesting to see, like, okay, you know, what made this person subscribe, or at least what made, like, the most number of people subscribe? What was it that convinced them to hit that subscribe button? Okay, rate your music in Bandcamp. That's cool. It's hard to like read comments and mow at the same time, so I have to like keep stopping. So if you see me stopping, it's because I'm trying to read your comments. Okay, so Spotify for listening, but for finding new music using a couple different things. That's pretty neat. Oof. I'm bad at like reading and doing other stuff at the same time. Like, it's funny. Like if I'm on my phone and like trying to text somebody, I have to like stop walking. I cannot walk and text at the same time. And as I'm showing, I also cannot mow and read at the same time. So my brain just doesn't have. Oh, ooh, I think I stopped just in time. My brain just doesn't have those compartments for multitasking in that sense. Although I can text and hold a full conversation in person at the same time. I try not to do that because it is kind of rude, but if I need to, you know. Oh wow. Yeah, that makes sense. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that people did that, because another thing with YouTube is that it'll tell you, like, hey, this is the part of the video that people watch the most of, and it's always, you know, the song part of it. Like, honestly, like a lot of my videos, people will watch up until the song ends and then they'll leave, and I'm like, what's the point of that? You're missing like the whole review part of Marcus Review stuff. Like, you're just getting the song, which I guess is fine. Like, if you love the song and you're just here to watch someone listen to the song, I mean, I guess that makes sense. But like, you're missing the actual, you know, review of the song. So I don't know. I don't get it sometimes. But yeah, like almost every video, if you look at the analytics, it'll show the biggest drop off right when the song ends. So yeah, you know, mowing can be a bit of a tedious practice, especially with a yard this big. Honestly, like, when I go to like pick up my students from like PE or whatever, I'll just be waiting for them to be done, and like a teacher will come strike up a conversation while I'm in the middle of texting, so I'll like finish my text while still listening to them and making eye contact with them, and they'll like stare at me like, how are you texting without looking? I'm like, I can do that. That's not a problem for me, but like mowing and looking at and reading is just not something I can do, apparently. Man, I missed 2 edges here. I think I was just trying to turn. That's the thing too. Now that I'm kind of getting into the interior of the yard, I think the turns are getting a little bit sharper here. I think I'm missing a couple edges here, but yeah, I'm having fun. Like, mowing the yard has kind of become like just second nature. I feel like all my brain power right now is going to talking and reading text, and like the mowing is just like, I assume I'm doing a good job, but for the most part it's taking a back seat. Plus, Sturgill, I'm sorry, I have not been listening too closely. So Like I said, this is not maybe the best format, playing a video game and listening to an album. For active listening, this is definitely much more of a passive listening thing, but I'm still digging it. I missed a bunch of comments. I don't like need to pause for a second to scroll up, but just want to make sure I address as much as I can. I don't know how like professional Twitch streamers do it when they have like a million people commenting at the same time. Like I have 7 people viewers right now. And I'm gonna have to come back and get those 2 little parts of that right next to that bench there. Ooh, I see. I know I missed that spot right there. Too sharp of a turn. The good news is I don't think I've damaged anything yet, so no fines yet. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, this album does make very good ambience. It is very easy to have it fade into the background, especially again when you're cutting grass. There's just certain songs that fit certain scenarios really well, and so this is definitely a very good cutting grass album. I gotta say, it's very aptly named. Too many comments, just like I have too many requests. Yeah, you know, we'll fix that problem. Like I said, as I was mentioning, like the thing with doing like the quick reviews on TikTok is, again, I know that not everybody has TikTok or maybe even wants to use TikTok, and so just making sure that they get posted elsewhere too is, I think, one of the things to pay attention to. And you know, TikTok does let you upload up to like 3-minute videos now, and so I mean that's still not too bad. I mean there are some reviews I've done that the whole entire video has been less than like 5 minutes. I think there was a Growlers song. What was it? The Fish is for Everyone or something like that. I think that's what it was called. That was only like 1.5 minutes long, and it was just kind of like, all right, that's done. And there were no lyrics, so nothing really to talk about. It was fine. And like that review lasted less than 5 minutes. So, I mean, you know, I could probably squeeze a quick review into like a TikTok. You know, it's just the question of like, would people actually want to watch that? And would it be a satisfying review for people who really just want to hear the songs? Like I said, when you look at the analytics behind it, most people are just staying for the song and then bouncing right when I start talking. So, you know, I guess that remains to be seen. But, you know, this is fun. Like, I don't typically get to talk about, like, the inner workings of, like, YouTube and, like, the analytics and stuff like that. I usually just keep all that stuff to myself. And although my wife will ask me like, "Oh, how's your channel going?" or whatever, right? Like, she's not asking me about like we're not talking analytics and stuff like that. So it is kind of fun just to like give you a peek behind the curtain, if you will, for those of you who may be unfamiliar with what uploading on YouTube on a regular basis kind of looks like. So. Yeah, you know, it does feel good to get a lot of replies. And to just even have you guys here, like, chatting me up right now, like, it just makes me feel very warm to, like, know that people enjoy my content enough to just come watch me mow grass. Like, that's, like, that's just very sweet, you know? And again, like, when I started my channel 2 years ago, I honestly didn't know if I would have anybody who would stop and watch my channel. And especially, you know, even 2 years ago, like, there were already hundreds, if not maybe thousands, of music review channels who have been doing it longer and I guess better than I have, you know? So I didn't know if I would ever gain traction. The fact that I have people who will frequent my channel and, you know, comment and interact with me, I think it's very wholesome. It makes me feel really good. Like, honestly, like, I wake up every day and I check my comments on YouTube, and just seeing that people are engaging, super satisfying. Makes me feel really good. So I know I don't always have the time to get to everybody's comment. Or like I'll respond to everybody's comment on YouTube, but like I definitely read all of them. So yeah, I think a Discord is something I have been thinking about making. I don't have any experience like moderating a Discord, so if any of y'all, I mean, I know some of you guys in the chat right now are some of my regulars. If any of y'all have any experience moderating a Discord, or like, you know, or are interested in doing so, I mean, definitely let me know. Give me some tips or tricks, because that's not really something I have experience with. I mean, I use Discord. I'm on Discord. Because we use a lot, especially like for my D&D group, but that's about it. So yes, I have considered Discord. Of course, I have my socials. I have Twitter. I still have like, I have Instagram and Facebook too, but I mean, those are like kind of my personal accounts. I don't typically share them on the channel, although I don't think I'd have any problem with like the nice members of my community following me on those platforms either. But I've also considered making like, separate pages for the channel, that kind of thing. But I'm on just about every social media there is, every platform. I'm on Tumblr still, as a matter of fact. I'm on Reddit. I have Discord. I mean, I've got so much that checking them all on a regular basis is definitely an exercise in tedium. Okay, so you at least know how to set a server with bots and stuff. That's honestly more than I know. So, and honestly, like, I know you can't trust everyone on the internet, obviously, but I do feel like the people who typically come to my channel are pretty wholesome people. Like, I am actually honestly surprised at how few negative comments I get on YouTube. I think most people are content if they don't like the content to just give it a thumbs down and move on, which I think makes me feel good. Like, obviously nobody wants to read negative or mean comments, and I've gotten a couple here and there, but for the most part, like, people on my YouTube are very supportive, very wholesome. I haven't really had to like ban people or anything like that, so I'm hoping that a Discord community for my channel would be pretty easy to manage, seeing as the YouTube itself has been pretty easy to manage comments wise. My cat, I heard like a bump. My cat jumped up here and like next to my desk and started messing with stuff. Oh, now she's here. Are you hungry? The camera's not short enough to see you, but you want to be in the video? What do you want? Are you hungry? I can't feed you right now. Give me like 10 minutes or 20 minutes. Oh, okay, bye. No, I think you're just exploring. All right, bye. Bye. See you later. I love cats. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I try not to be mean. It can be hard sometimes, like, when I do get those negative comments, there is that part of me that's like, man, I should like clap back at this person. But then the part of me that is like an experienced internet veteran is like, no, you never want to feed the trolls. Like, you kind of just want to. I mean, if people want to make their negative comments, just kill them with kindness, that kind of thing. So, typically when I do get a negative comment, I'll just be like, oh, thanks for the feedback or whatever. See ya. Or take that into consideration. Bye. I don't really try to. I don't try to instigate. So, I remember one specifically where they were just like, man, your channel sucks, or like you're bad at reviewing, or whatever. I don't remember what he said. Like I won't be subscribing or whatever. And I was just like, I could clap back, but instead I was just like, oh, well, thanks for at least giving the video, thanks for at least giving the channel a shot. Sad to see you go. Better luck next time. That kind of thing. Just try not to let the bully win, if you will. That makes sense too, yeah. Some people will just give a thumbs down if it's a song they don't really like. Not necessarily it's the content that's bad, but more so that it's just, not something that they typically enjoy. Which, I gotta say, like, when I look at my like to dislike ratio for most videos, it's always like 90% likes, because YouTube also tells you how many, like, what percentage of the interactions are likes or dislikes. So it's always like in the 90% area where it's, likes. So very few people, I think, are coming to my channel and like disliking the songs and disliking what I'm making. And I think a lot of the way people find videos, or they type in Smashing Pumpkins reaction or King Gizzard reaction, and so they're looking for those reactions. A lot of times they're not necessarily stumbling upon them. I will say, like, out of all the negative comments I've gotten, a lot of them recently have been on that Metallica video I did, where it was Miley Cyrus covering Metallica, which I thought she did a fantastic job. And I even tried to, I love this song. I even tried to address it before I started the video, where I was like, hey, look guys, like, I don't want any of the metal purists coming in here and saying like, oh, it's Miley Cyrus, whatever, like, she can't sing or whatever. I didn't want any of that. And I also didn't want, like, I wanted to give everybody their fair shake. But sure enough, like, some of the hardcore Metallica fans came in and were just like, don't encourage her, like, oh, like, Miley has nothing compared to Metallica and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, that's not the point, guys. Like, the point is that we're listening to new music, we're giving it a chance, we're like, we're seeing what the artist brings to the table in their cover. And again, I think she rocked that cover. But some people just, you know, can never please them. Yeah, exactly. Like if you want to, it's so I used to work at a grocery store too. Actually, I worked at the same grocery store my wife works at currently. That's how we met before I was a teacher. And people always do that. They come in and they're just like complaining, like, oh, you know, your prices are ridiculous or whatever, right? And just like, I'm gonna go take my business elsewhere. And it's like, okay, like, sure, like I'm just the cashier. I don't get to set the prices. I don't stock the shelves. I literally just, you bring your stuff to me, I ring it up. Like, I have no control over what you're complaining about. So if you want to go shop at Walmart instead, go for it. Like, you don't have to announce your departure. Just go. And it's the same thing with like YouTube or Twitch. Like, you don't have to tell me you're unsubscribing. Just go. Like, unless it's constructive criticism. If you approach it in a way that's like, hey, like, I gave your channel a chance and I'm unsubscribing for this reason, and it's something constructive, it's like, oh, okay, like that's something I can actually work on and improve. But if it's just like, you suck, I'm out, like, that helps nobody, you know? I completely agree. Yeah, and this thing, I don't listen to Miley Cyrus, like, at all, either. Like, I'm not typically a fan of pop music like that, you know, general pop music. But I think she made a really good cover, and like, again, good music is good music, no matter where it comes from or who makes it. Like, if it's good, it's good. You don't have to, you know, gatekeep who can make good music or who can do a good cover. And yeah, metalheads can sometimes be very nitpicky, very hard to please. And again, I was one of them. I'm trying not to speak from like a holier than thou perspective, because I definitely was one of those people who was just like, my music is the right music and everyone else is wrong. And if it's not this, then it's wrong, you know, that kind of thing. And it's taken, again, years and talking to myself and, like, you know, reflecting and talking to my wife, who has a very different music taste than I do, to realize, like, you know, I'm not always right, and music is music, and you should just enjoy what you enjoy and let other people enjoy what they enjoy, that kind of thing. So I definitely understand. Like, again, I used to be that person. Oh no, I turned too fast again. Okay, that doesn't look that bad though. That wasn't too bad. Hopefully it'll be a very small penalty. And we're getting close to being done with this one. This was definitely a bigger one, but the good thing about this one was there were not as many like flower beds to circle around. It was very much just kind of a straight shot for a lot of it. Nice, easy circle. Oh yeah. All right, let's see. Let's make this turn a little bit. You know, let's go all the way around the bench this time, so we're not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like back up a couple times. There we go. I think the thing is if you just approach the turn with too much speed, I think that's kind of what will damage the ground there. So. Right, and again, when your feedback is not constructive, it's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna, if you're just like, you suck, I'm out, that doesn't tell me what I need to work on, or like, you know, it's not gonna change anything. It's not gonna lead to a better product. Whereas if you're like, oh, you know, I can't watch your videos anymore because the sound quality is bad or something like that, or maybe you should adjust this or that. It's like, okay, I get that. Like, that's something I can check out and fix, and, you know, that kind of thing. But sweet, we're almost done. I'm 93%. This might be the last share we do, and then I'll probably stick around for the end of the album, just because, how long has it been? 26 minutes. The album was about 40 minutes long, so there's gonna be a little bit of overlap here, but we're almost done. This has been a very satisfying game, I will say. Like, I can see myself returning to this game without the gimmick of streaming it on Twitch and listening to Cuttin Grass, but honestly, I don't know if the local record shops are open today, but I know a lot of, you know, local places will tend to close on Sundays. But I might go check out the record shops after this and see if I can find this album on vinyl, because I think Volume 1 was really good. I'm really digging this one too, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's very chill, and it's good music to just kind of chill to. Very good Sunday music. turn too fast. There we go. Backing up definitely helps. Yeah. Alright. I think, Master Sculptor, you will find that your yard is to your liking. So, what are some of my favorite video games? Man, this is a big question because I've been a lifelong gamer. I mean, like, I like a little bit of everything. I was born in the 90s, so I've been gaming since the 90s. I would have to say, ooh, I can see where I damaged the ground there. I do like a wide variety. This is a big question, like I said. I would say Halo. Like, I've always been a fan of Halo. I remember being like, I don't know, 10 or 11 when it came out, and just like seeing my brother play Halo with his friends. I was like, yo, this game is like unlike anything I've ever seen. Like, this is so cool. And like, I fell in love with Halo the moment I saw it. So I've always been a fan of Halo. Like, and even when like people started to like, I guess, when Halo started to have more and more detractors, I was still all about it. Like, I know when Halo Reach came out, a bunch of people were like, oh, I don't like the armor abilities, I don't like all that other stuff, but I love Halo Reach, one of my favorite games in the series, honestly. But to be fair, that was like when I finally had my own 360, like, Halo Reach was one of the first games I got, so it does have, I guess, maybe that nostalgia factor to it. Halo 3 was a ton of fun. A few years ago, I actually went back and just played all the Halo games, campaign. You know, I got the Master Chief Collection and just played everything. I even went so far as playing like Spartan Assault and Halo Wars. I mean, I did everything. So I would say like just Halo in general is one of my favorite series. Oh, Halo 2, absolutely instant classic. It is hard going back, I will say, to like original Halo, especially now that we have like modern control schemes and modern graphics and everything. It is, even with the remastered like Master Chief Collection, it is kind of hard to go back to some of those OG Halo games and enjoying them. But even like Halo 4, like a lot of people didn't like Halo 4. I loved Halo 4. A lot of people didn't like Halo 5. I liked Halo 5. Definitely not like my favorite in the series, but you know. So I can definitely say Halo. Man, this yard looks pretty damn good, y'all. This yard looks pretty damn good. I play a lot of Grand Theft Auto with my brothers, just because, you know, we like to just play games that we can play kind of together cooperatively, which I guess is a good amount of games. But Grand Theft Auto is one of those that scratches a lot of itches, because, you know, with GTA Online, you can go to the casino and play blackjack and stuff like that, which we enjoy doing together. You know, you can race, you can shoot. There's just so much to do in that game. I do like playing Call of Duty Warzone particularly, but I have not had a chance to play it for, in a few weeks now, actually. Just, I don't really have very many people who enjoy that type of game, so don't have a whole lot of people to play with. I do enjoy sports games from time to time, even though they're pretty awful. Like, it's one of those things where I know that they're pretty objectively bad, but they're still fun sometimes, like NBA 2K or Madden. But, man, I play a little bit of everything. Like, I enjoy video games. I'll play Mario, I'll play Animal Crossing, I'll play... Oh, I like JRPGs. Yeah, that's a 10 out of 10 yard. I agree. Thank you. Let's see. So, I only $8 worth of fines. Man, they weren't kidding about heavy fines. I guess I did collide with the bench a couple times. There were a couple times where I hit the bench where I was like, I don't think I hit it. I think we're good. But I think at the end of the day, I did hit it. I damaged the ground. Hey, that's not too bad, though. It's still 500 pounds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. This little yellow mower has really come in handy, so... Alright. Still an amateur, but hey. Alright, now, here's the big question. How do I save? Because last time I tried to do career mode, like when I did the tutorial, I don't think I saved. So, nope, that's credits. Huh. No idea. If I just hit back enough times. Game data will be saved. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Yay. Hey, that was a successful stream, if I do say so myself. Well, I hope you had fun watching it. I certainly had a lot of fun playing it. If you want to see me do this again in the future, just let me know, and I will be releasing Volume 2 pretty shortly. So, thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope to see you on the next one. Bye for now.